Well, tubers, two bets, and of course all the crazy people. I have a return guest, better known as the Critter Hunter. This is my friend Justin Carmack. Justin, say hi.
Hey guys, I'm one of those crazy people.
The list is long. So I'm here with Justin, and we've known each other, what, a couple of years now?
Yeah, I think I've been here a couple years, and you were one of the first expats, I think, that I met.
Okay. And so Justin is recently gone on a diet. And so he started a, what is it, a 30-day challenge?
Well, it's gonna be a lifelong challenge, but I wanted to see what I could do in 30 days. So it's like 30 days, 30 videos. Just
Okay. All right.
it'll be more than 30 days, of course, because I need to lose way more than you can lose in 30 days.
Copy that. Okay, so before we even get into this, what is the name of the channel?
Oh, it's my name, Justin Carmack, and thank you so much, Rand.
Okay, cool. And I will put the proverbial link in the description box, the description box before we, by the time we get done with
Appreciate
all this. Yeah. So you'll be able to hook in and watch. And what are you doing on the channel?
Yeah, that's a good question because I don't want you to follow if it's not your thing. I'm doing for now a 30-day challenge where I'm doing daily videos, going from what I was before, which I guess you'll ask about, to now to try to lose 100 pounds. I think
Okay.
it'll be more than 100 if I actually reach that. But every day, of course, I'm starting off as a novice, so every day I'm just trying new things, trying new diets, and I'm getting thousands of comments of telling me what to do. So I'm kind of changing, and now today is actually day 14, week 2, and I'm doing weekly weigh-ins. So people are watching my progress, or they're even joining me on weight loss journey. There's apparently, I didn't know this, but there's a lot of people that want to lose 100 pounds. So every day is a workout, my meal preps, whatever I'm doing. Just hopefully if I lose weight, it's a success. That's why I put it on there. I just say I'm humiliating myself online. I'm humiliating 100 pounds out of myself.
Okay. But why do you call it humiliating?
Because it is. I mean, I've never I could say shit, right?
Yeah.
I never cared about what I looked like, what other people thought, anything. But I just got to the stage where stuff's starting to hurt. I'm still trying to be as active as I was 5-10 years ago. And so I was like, I was just never motivated because I never cared. But I thought if I put it online and totally humiliate myself, I mean, there's nothing, you've watched some videos, there's nothing glamorous about a 400-pound guy dancing like that Filipina vlogger that I just did yesterday, or learning to box, or sitting on a stationary bike for an hour.
It ain't Chippendales.
It's not, it's fucking humiliating. And that's what I'm trying to do.
So you're taking your shirt off and you're showing all your blubber and
I
flubber.
I haven't even gotten that far
Oh,
yet,
okay,
man. But just
okay.
dancing in front of a stupid camera online. I mean, my other channel, it's totally curated, edited, takes hours. It's not the same.
Yeah.
But this is just like, hey, watch a fatty learn how to do freaking aerobics.
Okay, so I was asking you earlier because we had like a little 10-minute tune-up so we could get real. I could kind of get myself on track as to what things I was curious about was, when did you start to become what we would call a big guy? And I'd asked you when you were 5 years old, were you big? And you said, no, not really. And so junior high, you were, I guess, a big kid.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like people were pointing at you. You were kind of the guy that was big, and therefore they kind of feared you a little bit.
Yeah, I was more big in a good way. I was overweight for sure. If you
Right.
ask a doctor, I'm sure doctors told me to lose 10 pounds, lose 20 pounds. I don't know.
Okay.
But I was also in all the sports I can do, like wrestling, which really messed me up, kind of, and then soccer, tennis. But I was the big dude. And then high school, it was football and everything else, and weightlifting mostly for that.
Okay.
And I would say right at the end or middle of middle school, I started gaining weight.
Okay. And you never really felt, according to our conversation before, self-conscious about it. You were
No.
just cool with it.
I think there's something wrong in my head. goes for a lot of things I did. I just never think of the consequence. I never think about things.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. It's obviously a false sense of self
Confidence,
confidence.
maybe? Yeah.
And maybe I'm not saying I thought of myself as something I wasn't, but I just didn't give a shit. I've never gave a shit about anything. I just look before I leap kind of person.
Well, I think that, how old are you, 36?
Yeah, I just turned 36.
I think that really, a lot of that, just my humble opinion being almost double your age, is just the frivolity of youth, you know? You don't give a
Yeah.
shit about this, you don't care what they think, you're gonna do this, you're the rebel without a cause.
Yeah, in
all
fact, when
this,
people
that,
told
and
me
the
to
other.
do stuff, I would usually do the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
they told me not to go to Egypt or Iraq, and I was like, see ya.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just my mentality. I wanted
Yeah.
to prove people this and that. My first thing my professor said is, I told him I was going to start diving, and I want to be a dive master one day. He's like, well, you need to lose like a couple 100 pounds. You're never going to be a dive master. So I was like, I gained 20 pounds, and I became a dive master.
Okay.
And I'm a really good dive master. So just always try to prove people wrong, even though I didn't care about what they thought. It's kind of weird. I guess that's contradictory.
Okay.
But yeah, I just didn't care till now.
Okay, so before you started the diet and made the conscious decision to lose weight, what was your top weight?
Well, 14 days ago, when I
Mhm.
started this challenge, it was 401 pounds.
401 pounds.
I'm not saying like I've been higher in I don't know. I've just
Okay.
never, I mean, if you don't give a shit, you're not weighing yourself.
Yeah, and at that number, 5 or 10 pounds doesn't show
Yeah.
either way, right? It's not
Yeah.
that much. Like I lost 30 pounds, we were talking about.
Yeah.
I went on the carnivore diet.
It's
And
ugly,
I
yeah.
eliminated sugar, I eliminated carbohydrates, and I lost 30 pounds, and it made a big change in my body just because of I was 190 to 160, that's pretty big.
Sure.
But you get to 400 and you lose 20 pounds, it's barely
Small-
noticeable,
small
you know?
percentage,
It's
yeah.
like, your hands got a little smaller or something, I don't know.
Nothing.
So, what was the motivation for you to do this?
Maybe I'm just getting mature, or there's just so many things going on in my life. It's not that I care what people think, and I still think I'm invincible. I'm not really worried about my health. I think it's more about not what they think physically, but more like being respected as a businessman, like all the other things I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you go into meetings, like I'll go into meetings about, whatever business, just whatever it is, and I'm the biggest guy. There's always some, like, distraction, some stupid questions, or because we're in Asia especially, but
Sure.
there's always some doubt and like doubting me that I can do this and that, and they don't know me. It's just I'm looking for more respect from my peers, not from random people that I don't give a shit about, but business, you you name it.
And what about your own self desire? I mean, is it other than doing it so that you appear better in meetings and now that you're getting older and all that, is there any kind of health concern that you have with it? I mean, do you want to just, for yourself, do you just want to accomplish this? Because I think, if you're going to try to accomplish something, you should try to do it for yourself and improve
Well,
yourself.
that is
Self-improvement
improving
is huge,
myself.
right?
I'm not
Yeah.
just doing it so they see me better, but improving my entire life and my prospects in life. My
Okay.
everything is also the same. Of course, I care about myself, and even though I feel invincible and I'm doing nearly everything I want to do, I just turned 36, and that was kind of like a slap in the face. Like, I feel 20. I still have this massive bucket list that it's like half crossed off, and the rest is getting harder and harder, and like physically
Uh-huh.
to do. Like visit every country. I can't hitchhike across Africa again. I just can't. Not because I'm overweight, because I did it when I was overweight,
Well,
but
nobody would pick you up.
nope, they don't have room. There's just so many things that, like you said, the aches and stuff.
Yeah.
The knees. I'm still diving and doing everything the same. So my knees, my back, like it would be really good for my business if I could dive 3 times a day, every single day, and I was. But now I'm like, my back is fucking. I hate getting out of bed, or 2 weeks ago at least, and just so many things. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this hold me back. I've never let anything or anyone hold me back from other stuff. I'm not gonna let this fucking stupid thing hold me back from the next step. The next, I
Okay.
feel like I'm young. I'm old. I'm too old to stop fucking around, but I'm young enough. I can still get quite a bit better life.
And the majority of what you do on your YouTube channel, Critter Hunter, has been in case you didn't know, is underwater diving.
Yeah.
And he photographs different critters or creatures undersea.
It's like a marine biology.
Marine biology. And so I was asking him that obviously he's an adventurous type of young man. He's traveled the world. He's done all kinds of nutty stuff, and that's fine. That's way out of the norm, and I applaud him for that. But I was thinking that maybe psychologically, that once you get in the water, that's really got to feel pretty good because the buoyancy.
Yeah.
Outside here in the world where you got to maybe walk up the hill, that gets pretty friggin' uncomfortable. Because you're going to be sweaty and hot and tired. And
I
you
didn't
said,
start a hiking blog, that's for sure.
right, I get it. And so you were telling me earlier, Paul, imagine putting on 200 pounds worth of gear and then trying to walk into the water. Once you get into the water, it's like, boom.
Yeah.
So I think that psychologically, I think that although I know you love what you do, I think that also, just as me playing Dr. Phil here, I think that you also feel comfortable in your own skin when you're underwater because there's all that buoyancy. There's that zero gravity feeling, right?
You're absolutely not wrong because it's come up a bunch of times, and of course it crossed my mind. I'd love to say, oh, I'm just a natural. I have 3,000 dives or 2,000, and I'm just that good. But to be honest, yeah, as soon as from day one, my first dive, I jumped in the water. They started calling me Turtle because all these skinny, fit guys were, muscle sinks, and you have a hard time with buoyancy control and your nitrogen intake, all this stuff. I was, for once, we switched places, and I was like the master, and I finished before anybody in my courses, and even now, like you said, we're exploring new sites, and I'm carrying like a ton of gear, tons of weight, camera. I mean, just my camera's 5 kilos, tanks, all this stuff. To the down beaches, not nice little entries, but down beaches and rocks and stuff. And even without that, just walking down the beach, I'm 400 pounds. It's rough. And then going into the water, once I get about this high, all my friends watch me go like this. Oh,
Yeah.
like I swear to God, it's just I can't even explain it. Just
it's like nirvana.
if you guys wanna, if you're skinny and you're making fun of fat people, I don't blame you because look at me, but go put that 200 pounds on your shoulders and walk around for a year and then tell them, and then somebody tell you to go run 5 miles, just slap them in the face.
Yeah.
So
I don't
yeah,
like stuff
diving
like-
came naturally, and then I fell in love with it later, probably.
Awesome. Okay. So let's get into the actual diet. You used to, well, we were talking earlier. I said, if you went into McDonald's, could you knock back a dozen cheeseburgers? And you're like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So when you ate, you focused on, I mean, you were eating carbohydrates, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Spaghetti,
All
pasta.
the good stuff. All the good stuff
all the
tastes
good stuff.
is the worst
Good
for you.
tasting stuff. Sugar.
I would say I think I'm just guessing 6,000 calories a day, and I would say up to half is drinks.
Drinking, like sodas.
Soda and beer and
Monster drinks?
Monster is the number one.
Okay, beer.
Yeah.
All right. What about sweets?
Yeah. I mean, every time we stop for gas, you got to get a Cloud 9 or some kind of ice. What do they call ice creams here? Magnums or whatever.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're like ice cream bars.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
delicious.
You never stop. As a fat kid, you never stop somewhere like a convenience store and not get something.
Yeah.
You don't buy water.
Is food an addiction?
Oh, I think so. That's the
Okay.
only. I think that's the only addiction I have, and I can't really explain it. But I was eating without even knowing that I was eating. I think cravings more than hunger. I can't really explain it. Just always,
I get
always
it.
could be eating.
I get it.
Yeah.
And like when you watch TV at night, you do that? Do you ever
Oh.
watch TV at night? I'm a grazer. I don't know about you.
My number one vice in life before this 2 weeks ago was all my friends own restaurants in Darwin and they deliver. So I'd have a giant hamburger or Korean chicken or whatever it was and fall asleep to Netflix. Like I would eat in bed and while watching Netflix every single day. God,
And be
it's so
sucking down
nice.
sodas and
Oh
eating
yeah.
a chocolate
Oh yeah.
bar or anything else you could get your hands on, right?
If everything was closed and we had to go buy it, it was even worse. You know, go to 7-Eleven, you're gonna get like hot dogs, chips, big huge Doritos. Well, for me, 2 Monster energy drinks. Way too much.
So what is your diet now? What does it
Oh
consist
God, it's
of?
like a 180. So,
Your typical day is what?
typical day, I'm doing intermittent fasting, 12:30 to 5:30.
Let me back up a little bit because I did intermittent fasting. And so intermittent fasting is where you give yourself an 8-hour window in which to eat,
Yeah.
correct? Okay. And then you've got 16 hours that you don't eat.
Well, mine is 6 hours, and
Your 6-hour window. Okay, but that's fine. Okay, so either way, you're going to need to get at least 16 hours, in your case, 18 hours, of not eating anything.
anything but water.
Forces your body into what's called a state of ketosis, and it causes your body to start to eat your own fat for energy, even if you don't move a muscle.
Yeah.
Okay, that is where it comes from. I've never talked about my diet on the show here, but that's what I did. Same
I
thing.
was really curious.
I did a
you
full-on, what I did was I did a full-on fast where I didn't eat for 24 hours. And then I didn't eat again on the second day until 5 o'clock. And then I would eat a steak and I would call it a day.
Yeah.
So I went real severe. And then
That's what I'm doing.
one day a month, I did the 24-hour fast. So the first of every month for 3 months, I did the 24-hour fast. And then every day I ate one meal. And I drank water or black coffee. So I eliminated all sugar, all carbs. I didn't do a lick of exercise. Okay.
So you can see it works, and other people are commenting me, emailing me, and saying same kind of routine. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm doing 12:30 to 5:30, and so I haven't done the 24-hour yet. Although it'd be super easy. I'm actually forcing myself to eat. Right, 12:30. Around 12:30, I'll eat 1 can of tuna. No, tuna and water, no oil or anything. 40 calories, and a boiled egg, which is 70 calories. And sometimes I'll add sauerkraut, but it's literally zero sugar, zero calorie. It's nothing, but it makes it taste better. It helps me cope with it.
Copy.
I'm not really hungry. Like right now it's 12, but I'm not home, so I'm not really hungry. I'm just kind of forcing myself because I'm working out so hard. I need something, and then I don't eat anything until around 5:30, before 6 for sure, and that's around 1,000 calories, and that's a 300. Usually, I'm not really creative, so a 300 gram salmon steak, and avocado because you need fats if you're in keto. I'm not saying I'm doing keto, but it's basically the same.
Really is. Avocado's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, and then broccoli or whatever, just
Awesome.
so I stay under.
No
1,000.
fruits,
Nope. Nothing with
sugar.
sugar. Absolutely.
vegetables, protein, intermittent fasting,
Yep.
water, no sodas, no candy, no
tough.
ice cream.
Yeah.
And so,
So I went from 6,000 a day to 1,000 a day, but healthy,
Calories.
healthy 1,000. Yeah,
okay,
healthy 1,000. No, not a freaking. I'll give myself 20 grams of sugar, just in case I messed up. I'll say 20,000, but as far as I know, it's zero, because the only thing I could think of that could possibly have any kind of sugar is I've been putting half a lemon in my water because. Again, my commenters and people emailed me and said, like, I was having a hard time because I'm doing such hard workouts that I didn't, like, I was like, no energy in my head. I had like brain fog and stuff because no food. But as soon as I added that to my water, a gallon a day, and a pinch of salt and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar.
apple cider vinegar.
Now it feels like I've I'm eating full meals, man. I'm at the gym. I haven't eaten in 20 hours. I'm like going hard as if I've eaten
So
all day.
you're now doing almost extreme exercise on top of this.
Extreme for a 400-pound man
Copy.
on top of my daily routine. Yeah.
And so how much weight have you lost?
On week 1 was 12 pounds, and today is week 2.
Okay, well,
We'll see. I gotta. After this, we're going to weigh myself and then post the video.
okay, last question. I was going to do a gag on this thing, but I'm not going to do it because I'm enjoying this and I think it's really informative and
All right.
helpful. So I'll save the gag for another time. And so, adrenal glands, that or adrenaline, whatever the gland is, the thyroid gland,
Thyroid, yeah, yeah.
thyroid, not adrenal. Okay. That has always crossed my mind when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we never called people fat, all right, because my parents taught me they're husky, okay, and girls were never fat; they were big boned.
Oh, never call a girl fat.
I'm just saying back in the day.
Yeah.
So you knew you were overweight when your dad took you to the husky section. You couldn't go with all the other kids.
Hey,
and so anyway.
I used to get kicked out of the buffet, so
The name of the gland again, I keep wanting
Thyroid.
Thyroid. I keep wanting to call it adrenal. Thyroid. I was told back in the day that people that had extreme weight at a young age, which apparently you did, there was probably a problem with the thyroid. And I probably on your channel, you've probably had 100 people tell you that.
a million.
Oh,
Yeah.
A million. Okay.
So one of them even sent me their personal doctor, and I'm gonna go this week or next week and get that because I did have a bunch of blood tests before this challenge started, except for that. I didn't
Okay.
even think of that. So my blood sugar's not high, my diabetes, my blood pressure, everything is normal. I mean,
Awesome.
it's at the threshold of normal and high, but it's not in the alert. It's not too high. It's lower than what a 400-pound usually probably is, but I'm sure not as good as yours. So I'll definitely do that this week or next week. I just hate driving all the way to Dunkett, and I'm procrastinating.
Oh, I'm the king of
But can you
procrastination.
imagine if I could just take a pill or something?
Wouldn't that be something?
It'd be
At all this time.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And I think it's part of you being a hard-headed,
denial.
cocky.
like nothing.
Which
can
I
hurt.
love his transparency, I love people that are real about themselves. He
Yeah,
goes,
I mean-
I was just a cocky asshole,
Yeah,
And so-
that's how it was. I wish I would have been bullied about my weight in middle school, high school, after that, but I was just always sometimes I was a jock until I got hurt, but after all my friends were the popular
Yeah.
kids. Like nobody ever messed with me, or they did, and we got in fights at school. And my whole entire school had 600 people in it, so my class was tiny.
Yeah.
And we'd go get in fights. It'd be like scheduled fights. I'll meet you out in the desert at whatever, and the whole damn school would go, and then it's over. Nobody
And
ever.
you smoked everybody.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I call that the soprano syndrome.
Yeah.
After a while, you get respect, just because you're
Yeah.
the big guy and you're not really respected,
But if
but
you
you're
think about
super
it,
feared.
now they're, they don't really respect me. They just don't want to say anything.
That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
want to respect myself more. I
Good.
want to be more confident. If you can imagine, I want to be more confident when I walk in there and just own the room. Be like, hey, we're doing this fucking deal, or whatever it is. I mean, I got so many fat kid stories, and like the stealing the girls' Cheetos I told you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so we're gonna be. We don't give advice on this channel, but to follow Justin, we're gonna put the link in there. You can watch his progress, and essentially, I just want to repeat one more time that you've eliminated all sugars, all carbs.
100%.
You're doing intermittent fasting. You're exercising. You're going to get your thyroid checked
Yeah, I'll
out.
do that.
Now, I almost hope you have a thyroid problem if they've got a cure for it.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what
mean?
to think about
I don't know either.
But the only thing I can think of is I might have gained weight when I was in middle school, but goddamn, you should have seen my what I was eating. Like I would eat an entire bowl this big of pasta, or macaroni and cheese, or like my mom. My mom had she was a single mom, and we would cook for ourselves, me and my brother. Um, I would have an entire pack of hot dogs with cheese on it.
Wow.
You know, I was buffing for football, and then it'd be wrestling season, and I'd have to lose the weight. And I don't recommend anybody join wrestling, but they kill you in wrestling, and then I would hate it so much I would bulk on purpose, even if I wasn't on the team anymore.
Is your wife supportive of all this?
Yeah, but if you're trying to lose weight, it's so hard with a wife, Filipino wife, because they're
Yeah.
so anti-judgmental.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known her. We've been together like 5, 6 years, and we'll be walking through the mall a few years ago, and she'll be like, "Those girls are looking at you. I need to feed you more rice so they stop staring at you.
Yeah.
You need to get
Yeah.
fatter." And then one time, her parents called, and they said, "Is Judea taking care of you?" And I jokingly said, "Oh, she didn't cook for me." It was a joke. I could cook for
Right,
myself.
right.
And I gave her the phone, and it was like, "You didn't fucking cook for him. You're not taking care of your husband. You get your ass in the kitchen right now. You put on the rice cooker." I was like, "Oh shit!" So every time we go to visit, they're like, "Are you hungry?" And even when your plate's still full, they're like, "You forgot. You got more."
It is the culture out here. It's tough to go to a party or anything else because they'll cook all this crappy food.
Oh,
It's
the
filled
worst.
chock full of sugar, and you don't even know what's in it.
The whole thing is, I'm sure with you, is the mind power, because you have
Dude,
to tell
you
people
have no
no.
idea.
and-
But anyway, you insult your guests, so it's sort of like squashed my desire to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because I know they're going to, if I don't eat the food, they're going to be like, well, what's wrong with him? He thinks he's too good for my food, and blah, blah, blah. And that's not it at all, sweetheart. I'm trying to diet, you know. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up. We're going on 26 minutes here. That went by quick. I found it really interesting. I hope you guys did.
Oh, thanks so much, man.
I want you to just give everybody out there that's having a weight issue, okay? And they don't feel good about themselves. And they're looking in the mirror and they're just going, oh, you know, and they are getting teased or they are feeling self-conscious. Can you give them a word?
Yeah. Hey, I should have thought of this before, but I'm not trying to give advice, especially on my channel, because I'm not an expert and I'm even learning from nutritionists and people that are messaging me now. But if you guys want to follow along, and look, I need to lose 200 pounds, really. Just see what I do, and if it works for you, even if you just get the motivation, that's all I needed. I just needed people like Paul or other people that I know that have lost weight, and when I see that something is possible, then it gives me like real motivation. So you guys that are messaging me, emailing me, saying that you started your challenge because of me, got off the couch because of my challenge that I'm doing for myself, I had no idea that's what this was going to be.
That's great.
And it feels good. Now I can't stop. Like, it's literally motivation that I'm going to let people down, you know? So, yeah, you guys just, it's all in your mind.
Well, Justin, I want to thank you for stopping by today. And I know it's not easy to get out there and just, you know, splay yourself, your underbelly, if you will, in front of the world and admit to, you know, your inadequacies or your overindulgences or
that's a
your,
tough
in
one,
your
man.
case, a food addiction. But I think that takes a man. I think that takes courage, and I commend you on that. So I hope that you set a record of weight loss, because between you and me, I know for a fact that right now you own the old dog record for saying fuck more than anybody else ever on the planet.
Oh,
All right,
so sorry.
kids, we'll see you next time.